Bears beats Battlestar Galactica.
You really adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Bazinga.
2 in the box. Ready to go. We be fast. They be slow.
Cool.
My absolute favorite is watching these two fucking dance.
Dancing the whole time.
Swear to God. Welcome to the Mt.Geekmore podcast, your favorite podcast where you come to listen to and watch people debate, argue, and criticize each other over their top 4 favorite, their Mount Rushmore, if you will, favorite pop culture subjects. Today's pop culture subject, as you can tell by looking at your listening device, or if you're watching us live, you can tell by looking at your Facebook page or your YouTube. We're doing the Mount Rushmores of songs made for TV and movies. I know that sounds weird. It's a weird way of phrasing it, but it's very difficult to kind of phrase in one neat little package. It's basically songs that were created for the, not like, I don't want to say fucking theme songs, but they're like the songs that is like inside the movie.
They only exist in the
soundtrack.
world of that movie.
Yeah, it's not part of the soundtrack.
So
Yeah.
it's actually called diegetic music. It's diegetic music
Yeah,
inside
that is what
of
it's called.
the confines of the whatever it is that you're
Isn't that just
watching.
what L. Ron Hubbard listened to?
So if you're watching us, we are. This is it's a bit weird because there's 5 people on the screen. I'm not actually me. I am Nary Science, by the way. With me as usual is David.
Howdy.
And then we have Missy.
Hi.
And for the first time back in a long time is Stephanie.
Hi.
And we have Ish from Better Let Me Tell You, which is also on the Geek Bro Network. Say hi, Ish.
Hello, everybody.
Ish, what was the last episode you were on?
I think it was the one about superheroes who deserve
That's right.
their own movie.
Movies. That's right. Me and you had very similar picks.
I know.
So usually there's only 4 of us. Today there's going to be 5 of us, but it's not really 5 because I'm just a moderator. I'm just here to say the intro and introduce things like how did you come up with your pick, and then let you guys have it. And I'll be in the background. You won't even see my face most of the time, so you're welcome. So then I'll come back and say, okay, well, number 4 is where blah 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 blah. So I was trying.
Are you gonna do the timer? Are you gonna do the?
I will do the timer as
too?
well. Yeah, everything that a producer does, the timer, and I'll set a little ticker at the bottom of the screen when.
Wait, this is fancy. This is not like when we do our.
This is the real deal now.
Pony Instagram live bullshit.
No. So you're gonna see a ticker at the bottom, and you're gonna see when you're because we have a 5-minute per pick selection. So you're gonna see. Let me see here. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And you're going to see something along the lines of this.
Oh.
Which means you're at 4 minutes and you have 1 minute left.
Okay.
All right. So that's what you're going to see when you have 1 minute left because we have 5 minutes per pick, unless it's tabled, and then we'll do an extra bit of time at the end. So with that said, how did you guys come up with your selections? David, how did you come up with your selection?
Man, I got to tell you, there's like a hodgepodge of things here. Initially, I was going to go with the songs that I liked the most, the ones that I thought were like the best songs. And then I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I should go with the ones that are most important to, the plot or the storyline or a character arc. And then I was just like, you know what? There's no way to fit all of this into a nice, neat little box. So I just kind of went with my gut here, and my number 1 and 2, I'm still not sure what's which one is going to be where, but depends on which one I go with. My personal favorite song, or which one is better for the plot of the story.
All right. Hold on. I don't like the guys all clumped up together. There we go. Missy, who you? How did you come up with your picks?
My feelings. I really didn't. There's no rhyme or reason to it. I feel like all of these songs are really catchy, and some of these, in doing research, I realized they're not full, like, fledged songs that I could just throw on my Spotify, which made me sad. But yeah, these are just like fan favorite, like me as a fan, like individual fan favorite.
Were there any hodgepodges?
I don't know what that means.
But David used it, so we're gonna.
Dave, what does that mean?
It's kind of like a smorgasbord.
Yes, use a Swedish word to define the other word. Yes.
Oh, okay. Got it.
A melting pot. A melting pot.
I knew what you mean. I was being funny.
Un arroz con mango, bro. Es un arroz con
Arroz con
mango.
mango. There you go.
This is my audition for better. Let me tell you. How did you come up with your selection?
So after like a good 20 minutes of having Stephanie explain to me exactly what this meant,
Hodgepodge or the actual episode?
Both. You'd be surprised how often hodgepodge comes up when I'm talking to Stephanie. It's weird. I blame David. So she kind of explained to me, and I'm going to be 100%. I still don't think I understood the assignment, so we're going to see if I did. But I went with songs that, I think fit the category. And it's funny because at first I was like, I don't know any songs that fit this, genre. And then you start looking into it and kind of like really thinking about it. And you're like, oh, okay, I know a couple. Like, I know David was telling me he's like whittled it down to like from 22. I was like, yo, I had 7. Like, that was it. Like, I couldn't do more than that. But yeah, so here we actually, and a couple of them I actually have as full-fledged songs on my Spotify and all that. So there's that.
Stephanie?
I really love a lot of these songs, like genuinely. A lot of them have been sources of like inside jokes for me and my group of friends for years. And then I also just kind of, to make my life a little bit easier, left out anything that came from an animated movie, nothing from a musical. And if it basically like it wasn't released as a single on the radio.
That's a good one for it. Yeah. Yeah, because then we could just do the whole like Frozen soundtrack, right?
Basically, right.
Or a good movie, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like you can just do any Disney movie.
Wow.
Lion King. Couldn't you just do the whole Lion King? Couldn't you just do the whole Lion King soundtrack at that point?
I thought you weren't supposed to like talk much on this episode.
No, I'm just asking a question. I'm just clarifying. I think that's a good. I'm adding my point of view. I think that your limitations, that you set for yourself, are a good idea.
Thank you.
Well, I think the song has to exist as a song within that fictional work. Like it can't be a random or a spontaneous breaking out in song as characters in musicals, because that's
it's a plot point. It moves the plot along. Whereas these are kind of just like they're silly and they're like subplots or something that doesn't really have to do much with the general storyline, but it's like a fun little added.
And it exists as a song. Someone in that world wrote it and performed
it or whatever.
Right.
Oh, okay, so all mine are valid. Okay.
We'll find out. All right. With no further ado, I'll be out of here. Let's get to our number 4.
With the 4th pick.
Number 4. Round 4.
I'm in no mood for your wives' crack. Let's get it on.
What do you got for your number 4, Missy? I'm sorry, David.
Okay, so my number 4, I'm almost certain is going to get tabled, and it's a banger. It's a classic, a 90s / somehow still 80s classic by Robin Sparkles. Let's go to the mall.
Table. Let's leave that for a while.
That hurt, Dave.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I included it on my list. Yeah.
So that's from How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
All right. Your mother, and then Missy, what is your number?
My number 4 is a classic amongst my group of friends, and it's the Tiger song from the first Hangover movie.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
This is an honorable mention for me.
I forgot this existed.
Wait, can you repeat the name of the song?
What do tigers dream of?
When they take a little tiger nap. Yeah, I watched.
Do they dream of mauling zebras? Or Halle Berry in her Catwoman suit?
I don't know anything of what you people are talking about right now.
Seen The Hangover?
No, I've seen it, but I am one of those people who was like, it was funny and moved on. Like, I never.
Oh, we didn't.
Me too-ish.
Yeah.
Neri, just stay in if you're gonna pop in and out. Just fucking stay.
It's distracting.
I like it. You never know. You never know when he's gonna pop in. It's like whack-a-mole. I like it.
So this movie, it came out this year. It'll be 11 years. No,
you shut your whore mouth.
Came out. And aside from it being like that summer that we watched, this was before your time, obviously, but that summer that we watched that movie, like seriously. All we did was watch this movie and then go on Facebook and fucking drop one-liners as our Facebook status like all the time.
It's so embarrassing.
If some of us wakes up hungover, the way we communicate that is by saying there's a tiger in the room because it was adopted 12 years ago and we don't let shit go in this family. So there you go. I feel like they tried to recapture the lightning of this song in the second one and failed, amongst other reasons. Like a lot of things failed in the second and third one. But I think that this song is hilarious. It adds like such a great comedic break to such tension that's going on because at that point in the movie, and I love it. I wish that it was like it could live in my. I'm sure there's a way. I just haven't figured it out. I wish it could I could just throw it on. It's like immediate mood booster. So that's my number 4.
Great pick.
Steph,
what a good pick.
Fucking missed it.
Dude, I missed it. Totally. I feel very disappointed in myself. I apologize.
All right. So we have the Tiger song from Hangover. Is that what I call?
Yeah, that's what
it's called.
That's what it's called. It's called a Tiger song.
Oh, Jesus. Mike wrote a fucking thesis here. He gave his entire list. Mike gave his entire list.
Wait, but that's not. Those aren't. Well, I guess he can make it up. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because these aren't songs in the movie, right?
These are soundtrack songs.
Right.
The only one that is, I would say, is Rainbow Connection is really the only one.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's true. That's how the movie opens, is Kermit singing the song.
No, we can't.
Otherwise, they're just like soundtrack songs, which is not what we're doing.
Mike, yeah. So, Mike, we're not so. Oh, and to the watcher, to the one who's, you can comment and like you just saw with Mike, we'll pop your comment on the screen, and then everybody can react to your comments. So if you listen to this audio and on the audio version, and we randomly start talking about something else, it's because somebody commented on something and we saw a comment. All right. So, Ish, what is your number? What number 4?
So my number 4 is from a movie that I was probably already way too old to be watching when it came out, and I'm definitely too old now to remember it. But it is the song "What Dreams Are Made Of" from the Lizzie McGuire movie.
No, man, you're never too old for Hilary Duff.
It is to me. That was actually the first song that came into my mind when this whole topic was presented. I was like, okay, because it's not a Hilary Duff song.
No,
it is Lizzie McGuire, like Lizzie McGuire,
the Lizzie McGuire song. Yeah,
and it's not even a Lizzie McGuire song because it's actually her Italian doppelganger,
brunette, right? Yeah.
Right, her name is Isabella or whatever. Yeah. It was the one who actually sang it. So I was like, all right, this works. This was, I don't think it was a single. But it exists within the context of the movie where she sang it, and then it was like, oh, Lizzie, the pop star, who up until that point, by the way, had no ambitions of being a pop star in any freaking episode of Lizzie McGuire that I can recall.
Was just like a regular girl.
But that's what happens when
trying to make her way through life.
Listen, once Hilary Duff got her teeth capped and started singing, you know what? It was just pop star. That's what was going to happen. So, yeah. So that's my number 4.
That's a great choice.
When she fixed her teeth.
That's a great selection. Somebody put Andrew Chacon put "Fight the Power, Do the Right Thing" intro. I think the title is misleading people. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think so.
That's why I said fake.
Yeah, like fictional songs. That's kind of what the thing is.
Songs that exist in TVs and movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This one took me a little bit to wrap my head around. So I get why people like that.
Okay, there you go. That's it.
That's such a good one.
Somebody, Andrew
Oh my God,
Chacon
so
suggested
mad at
"Somebody
myself.
Kill Me," the wedding singer.
That's what we're looking for.
I can always trust Andy to come
Great
through.
song.
And Bernard Barrios put "A Whole New World," The Little Mermaid.
No.
Yeah, you see, this is like.
But he's almost there.
I get it. I get it.
Right, no, but you know what?
Almost
people,
there.
people know that this is misleading. He's like, "Am I playing correctly?"
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not.
No, but you're getting there.
Like with Lion King, it's not the Lion King song with the things,
Yeah.
but it's when they're like, na squash banana. That
Yeah,
could work,
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
right?
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. That's what we're looking for.
Bernard, what we're looking for are in the actual movie, they themselves know that it's a song. They themselves are not breaking into songs specifically per se, but they're saying, hey, this is a song that I made up. So something like that. So if you ever saw The Hangover, it's the tiger song that they sing about the tiger in the original Hangover. I and Ish don't remember that song, but my point is a lot of people do.
Apparently,
It's just Ed Helms and a piano, and it's amazing.
It's beautiful.
for it.
Yeah, he does a lot of singing in his fucking movies, right?
He
His TV
does, yeah.
shows.
Well, he's a fairly accomplished singer and parkour
He's
artist.
a nard dog.
All right, Stephanie, what is your number 4?
Okay, so I've been fighting with my number 4 all day, and I kind of have to make a decision at this point. And I think I'm going to go with Pinot Noir from the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, performed by Titus Andromeda. It's basically a song that he calls an ode to black people.
Fantastic.
And he's basically just
Big
singing this. It's not about wine. It's about black dick. And it's a celebration of black dick.
If you're being true to yourself, this is the one you need to go with versus the one it beat out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that means that my other option is going to go down into my honorable mentions. And I guess we'll talk about it later whenever we get there. But yeah, there's no really way for me to properly describe the song. You have to listen to it because it's so bizarre. But
Don't just listen to it. Watch the video.
You have to watch Titus perform it. I love Titus. I think he's amazing. Outside of Kimmy Schmidt, like Titus, the actor, is wonderful. Yeah, Titus Burgess. I saw him when he did The Little Mermaid in New York, and he was amazing. That's my pick.
Older brother.
I'm sorry?
That's Todd Bridges' younger brother. Pretty cool.
Burgess, not Bridges?
That's a fucking joke, all right? I'm sorry. It's a joke. Ish gets it. He's laughing.
See, I would have gone with Meredith Burgess, but that's just because I'm a fan of the old 60s Batman, the Penguin.
Pinot Noirs, eh?
How great would it have been if that was his brother? Like,
If that was like the voice that he's performing it in?
Pinot Noir.
All right, so that's a great pick. So let's go to the mall by in How I Met Your Mother. The number 4s. I'm doing the recap of the number 4s. Let's go to the mall and How I Met Your Mother. Tiger Song and Hangover. What Dreams Are Made Of by Lizzie McGuire. Is it Lizzie McGuire?
yeah, because
Yeah.
in the movie,
Yeah. And Pinot Noir by Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And no, I will not tell you how I spelled noir. Let's go on.
It's not Pinot like the wine either.
Yeah.
It's not spelled like how the wine is spelled.
Trust me, that's not the biggest misspelling I have in that song.
I don't even know if you know how to spell that. So I'm giving you a lot of credit at this point.
All right, so let's move on to our number 3s.
Round 3.
3 is a magic number. Yes, it is.
Who do we have? New Art.
Yeah, that's close.
Did Andrew just stop mid-sentence?
Andrew Chacon just
No, he's saying how to spell noir.
and,
Oh, I was like,
This is how our students spell it.
I gotta be honest with you, I think he came closer than I did. All right, number 3 is Dave. What do you got for your number 3?
All right, my number 3 comes from what I think is the best movie in the bunch. Certainly my favorite movie in the bunch. However, not as good, I think, as the number 2 or the number 1, obviously, as it's at number 3. And that is Big Bottom by Spinal Tap.
I knew you were going to have
Spinal Tap. I knew I had to have a Spinal Tap song in this. And there are so many good ones. Tonight, I'm Gonna Rock You Tonight is one of my favorite ones. But it's got to be Big Bottom. The way that he manages to rhyme words like fun day with bun day is I mean, Shakespeare couldn't do better. You know?
Wow. That happened.
Yeah, it really is a work of art. It's an ode to the large bottomed girls. You make the rock and world go round.
I was going to say that's a different band entirely.
You can say ass. I think you can say ass.
You know. So yeah, I mean, it is. It's a play on Queen's fat bottom girls, you know, and they do it so well. And you see them in their spandex on stage, waving their asses around as they're playing their guitars, and it's just such a fun, silly song that you have such a great time with, and all the songs in this movie and the subsequent album are fantastic. Like musically, they're good songs. It's a song that I could actually listen to in my car, laugh my ass off while I'm doing it. But also, it's, I think, like a well-written song. So there you go. Big Bottom, Spinal Tap. These go to 11.
I don't know.
All right. Big Bottom. Missy, what do you got for your number 3?
So, my number 3 is also my favorite. I think this song for this character is just iconic. I'm just going to stop vamping. It's a little bit Alexis from Schitt's Creek. And
this is also my number 3.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yay! Okay. So, I think that this song is just so iconic that if you never watched Schitt's Creek and you don't know anything about the show and all you do is watch this clip, that's it. That's all you ever need to know. Like, that is Alexis at her core. That scene to me is so funny. I love the fact there's like, I don't know if it's included in the scene on purpose, but there's a moment where she's in full like flange song and you see Moira kick Jocelyn, like, make it fucking stop.
Yeah.
And I laughed so hard when I catch that little like nuance. It's such a great song. Alexis is a fucking icon. Like, just as a character, as a TV character. I know I'm moving away from the song, but just as a TV character, but alone, she's iconic. But this song is it's catchy. It has pretty much the baseline of Work Bitch.
That's what I was gonna say about it.
I love
it's basically Work Bitch. That's just, rework.
Well, I like that that song is something that she wrote and produced with one of her buddies. Like, that's an original.
Her husband.
I think it was her husband. Yeah,
it was her husband.
Song.
Yeah.
So I think
he's a producer.
Yeah, okay, her husband. So yeah, I love this song. She, like, I wanted to dress up as her for Halloween last year, but Corona ruined everything. And I look forward to the day that I can pull that fucking outfit off because she's fucking fantastic. Steph?
I mean, you pretty much said everything that I was going to say. I mean, the premise of the song, just like for context, is that she's auditioning for Cabaret with this song. She's trying to get like the main role. And it's a song from she's very much, for people that aren't familiar with Schitt's Creek, she's very much like a Paris Hilton-esque character where she's just like a rich girl who's famous for being famous. And she was given a 1-season reality show, and this was the theme song to it. And the song is ridiculous. 7 episodes. Critically acclaimed, a little bit of Alexis. And
Listen, I listen to that song when I'm at the gym all the time.
Because it's amazing.
I love
and it is on Spotify, and there's like a full single version of it, you know.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's why it didn't make my list, is because within the context of the show, like what we see, I don't. There wasn't enough of it for me to put it on my list. Just like the Tiger song, like it is a full song, it's a complete song, but it's short, you know. We're talking about 30 or 45 seconds of music. So that was something I was looking for, was something that was closer to maybe like a 2 or a 3 minute. A full single length song. And even if there is a full single version of it, what we hear on the show is that one verse and the half a chorus that she sings as she falls on her ass and tries to support herself. And that for me is my favorite part, is she's like falling over and she's got her hand on the floor and she's trying to play it off like if she's just grinding or something. It's so perfect.
What about when she goes, I'm a little bit single, even when I'm not. She's just so fucking ridiculous. Like, I love it. She's so great, and I'm so glad that I get to talk about it, because there's not a lot of people that go, hey, have you seen this song? Because it's fantastic. Like,
listen,
so great.
The best part of that song is the bridge.
Oh yes, Boats and Hoes most definitely counts.
I mean,
what is that?
Andrew Chacon just came in and suggested perhaps Boats and Hoes. I don't know if there's a full length version, but that's
where's that from?
What's Boats and Hoes?
Step Brothers. Step Brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, David, I didn't know that you were. I never thought you would be against something that's quote too short. a bit disappointing. My taste. Oh, really? Is it? All right. What's the name of the song, by the way? Right? I have you
It's
guys
called a little bit Alexis.
A little bit Alexis. All right. So yeah, the 5 minutes are up, but a little bit Alexis.
Well, it's both of our number 3s. So
yeah. All right.
So I have to do.
Yes, Vanessa. Yes.
Vanessa, say Ian's. La 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 la.
A little bit Alexis.
Oh, salesperson Clancy.
All right. So, Ish, what is your number 3?
So my third is. I don't know, it might be considered a bit of a cheat, but I'm going to stand by it. It is a quintessential 90s song. It did become a single, but it was created as part of a show within the context of the show. And I, of course, for anybody who is over the age of 35, talking about How Do You Talk to an Angel from the Heights. Missy is having a moment right now. She's recalling all of her Jamie Walters Bop magazine posters. She's Celine Dion right now. It's all coming back to her.
It's all coming.
So for those of you who don't know,
I have no idea what this is.
You have no idea what this is? Okay. So back in the 90s,
I've heard of this show, but I've never seen it.
Back in the 90s, there was a show called In the Heights. Not In the Heights, sorry. The Heights. The Heights was the name of a fictional band, and the show lasted for maybe 8 episodes. But it was about a band, and they wrote their songs, and I think every episode they had a different song. Okay. The theme song of the show was actually a song that the band wrote, and actually the guy who was the lead singer on the show, Jamie Walters, was actually a singer. So I don't know if he actually wrote it, but the song charted. The song was like number 1 for I don't know how many weeks. And so, but it's very quintessential that era because Jamie, I genuinely like the song, but Jamie Walters had that like 90s heartthrob singing where he's just like, another dream that she is there. Like that whole, like, but not even grunge because it was just like, I need a cigarette right now. Like, like that.
Yeah.
And so, but
like the Bon Jovi Always.
like off-brand Bon Jovi.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
Like, yeah, but always I think is the closest equivalent.
Okay. No, I like that song.
It was a
Ryan Adams, maybe.
Brian Adams.
Yes,
Brian Adams.
Brian. Yeah. Not the one who abused Mandy Moore mentally.
Yes, that's Ryan Adams.
That's Ryan Adams.
Mamma mia.
Yeah. So again, this was the one where I was a little like, is it acceptable or not?
I accept it.
It was a number one hit single. Like it charted.
Yeah, but if it was created to be in the show and it was sung like as a song in the show, why wouldn't it?
Right. So there we go. How Do You Talk to an Angel by The Heights.
That's a really good one. It did not show up in any of my lists, but it just came back. Good job.
I will send it to everybody. I'll send you the link on Spotify.
Thank you.
Please.
Yes. Neri, don't act like you don't remember this.
I legit don't remember that. Hey man, I'm
like you don't remember this.
I'm
like the same age.
I own my cheese, bro. I love cheesy songs. I'm that dude. I don't give a shit. I just don't remember this specific one. And when we're done, when we start doing the honorable mentions, I'll give you the ones that I randomly thought of that I know you guys have. And trust me, the song that I have right now in my head, like when you said, "Oh, love song," I'm like, "Oh, bro." I'm with you. I've just never heard this one, but I'm with this pick. I appreciate the pick. I just love Stephanie, the picture behind Stephanie as you sang that song in that raspy voice. Because that picture looks like it belongs in a 90s music video, where that's where with that voice, it was perfect. All right. So
how do I ever survive?
Like
it's gonna be weird when you go to bed tonight.
The next scene in the music video was Dave looking outside while it was raining.
Of course.
With like an open door.
Looking outside a window.
There was no drought in the 90s. There was a lot of rain.
A Michael Bolton like wind in his hair.
I know. All right, so the number 3s we have Big Bottom by Spinal Tap. Two people had A Little Bit Alexis from Schitt's Creek. And we had How Do You Talk to an Angel from The Heights. But the name of the song already I'm in. I'm like, anything to do with an angel, like Send Me an Angel, got anything to do with angels, I'm in.
Send Me an Angel is a great song.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's a great song.
That is a
All
great
right.
song.
So here's where the party begins with our song cues. Here we go.
Oh, finally. I can't hear it. Where'd it go?
Oh, I think maybe we can't hear it.
Oh, that's stupid.
It's like a dog whistle.
Do we go?
What do we do?
Wait, did you guys not hear it?
No.
Oh, I guess I got to be on for the sound system for the sound to go through.
Can we try that again?
Can we do it again?
Here we go.
Now we hear it.
Dose, the sequel to Uno.
All right. So, yeah, apparently I have to be on the mic for you guys to be able to hear that part. So, all right. I apologize. I didn't know. We're learning new. This is all new. We're learning.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you guys got for your number 2? Dave, kick us off.
All right. So, I've been dreading this moment because I have to make an executive decision here. So, okay. Gonna go with my gut. My number 2 is Grow Old With You. Sung by the character Robbie Hart, who is Adam Sandler in The Wedding Singer. I think that, like, as far as like from a songwriting perspective, like it's a very well written song. The lyrics are gorgeous, like absolutely gorgeous and funny at the same time. I don't think that Adam Sandler has ever written something that managed to be as honest and funny as he has with that. Hey, what's up, Lobo?
Piece of shit car. But go ahead, continue.
What?
Okay, point. Piece of shit car. You don't know
Adam
piece of
Sandler
shit
did a
car?
song called Piece of Shit Car, and it was the most honest. And at that time, I was driving a piece of shit car. So at that point,
Got it.
that to me is the most honest fucking. But it was a joke. I get what you're saying. The song is.
Sucks royal dick.
Oh, good.
Yes, there earlier in the movie, he says a line where he's something to the effect of I wanna write a song that people say I know what he was feeling in that moment and that it was honest and that it was true. And I mean, he plays that song for her, and like she's not supposed to get married to him. She's like on a plane with her husband to be, and yet she knows exactly what he's feeling. And it's such a beautiful moment. I had the honor of playing this at Steph's cousin's wedding. She asked me to play this as their their song for their first dance, and so the song will always hold a special place in my heart for that reason as well. And
what did you play?
This song, Steph's cousin Alex asked me to play "Grow Old with You" at her wedding for her first dance, and so yeah, "Grow Old with You." I love this song, but for reasons we will go into, I couldn't put it at number one. Though if there could be a 1A and a 1B, that would be it.
This is a really good song and a really great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love this movie. Is like it still holds up. Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore should always act together. Like I know everybody hated Blended, but I personally
I didn't hate Blended. I don't think it was as good as
a lot of people did
as 50 First Dates or as awesome. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it was as good as 50 First Dates, and certainly not as good as Wedding Singer, but it was still really good, funny.
It's a weaker of the Drew Barry Adam Sandler canon, but I think that they're just such a great duo, and they're just such a genuine, really good, like natural chemistry to each other.
Yeah.
That on screen chemistry. So I really love. I didn't even think of this song, and I'm kind of pissed at myself because this is a great song. So good job, Dave.
I can watch them fall in love any number of times.
I think we're gonna finish. I'm like emotionally cut myself.
Yeah, I was listening to this song earlier today, and I caught myself like starting to well up, and I was like, okay, no, that's it. I can't do this. I'm going to stop it now. So there we go. You can keep that extra minute, Neri.
Shove it.
You act like I'm keeping it. All right. Sure. Put that minute back in my pocket. Missy, what do you have for your number two?
My number two is also iconic, also a classic. I feel like without this song / this bit that carried on throughout the entire series, the show wouldn't have been the same. And it's Robin Sparkles' "Let's Go to the Mall." Do we need to take
We're gonna have to hang on to this one a little bit longer, guys.
Oh
wow.
Okay.
All right. I don't know how much longer we're gonna have to hold on to this one for.
Just one more time.
Your mother. All right. Ish, what do you got for your number?
No, your mother.
It's supposed to get personal up here. So I had like David. I'm like pulling the trigger here. I'm like, you know what? My number one and my number two were kind of like. So my second one is a song from one of my favorite sitcoms, Happy Endings. And so, not sure how familiar you guys were or are with that show.
No,
there was
none.
So okay, it's a hilarious show. Whatever, so be it. But so in one episode, this one character, Alex, she owns a boutique shop, and she's there with Penny, her other friend, and this girl who's a pop star in their universe shows up to shop, and they're talking about how like, oh yeah, her hit song, right? And then when they cut, like they keep throwing out like lyrics. But when they cut to a montage scene of a complete, like the B plot, they actually use the song to soundtrack the whole montage scene. And so the song is called "Ordinary Extraordinary Love." And it is just a happy little bop, as the kids say nowadays. A
bop.
As the eldest member here, I can say things like that. Also, stay off my lawn. that's what we're gonna go with. But and it's on. Well, I don't even know if it's on Spotify, but I heard it years ago when the episode first aired, and I actually looked it up, and I wound up buying it from iTunes, and it was written by the creator of the show.
Money on it?
I spent money on it.
Wow.
So it was written by the creators of the show a while back, and they always kind of like kept it back pocket. They're like, we'll use it for something. We'll use it for something. So eventually they used it in this. And again, it's a throwaway, fun little pop song, but it always puts a smile on my face. And it reminds me of that episode. And I love that sitcom. So, ordinary, extraordinary love.
Nice.
What was the name of the song? I didn't know the song.
So the name of the song is Ordinary, Extraordinary Love from the sitcom Happy Endings. Yeah, it ran for three seasons, and it was one of those shows.
Is this the one with Casey Wilson?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
It's the one with Coach from New Girl, and that's why he left New Girl to go back to Happy Endings.
Yeah.
All right, Stephanie, what do you have for your number 2?
So my number 2 is from one of my favorite rom-coms of all time. This little universe that exists, this movie and its subsequent sequel / spinoff have a whole soundtrack's worth of songs that only exist in this universe. And it was really hard for me to decide because I really needed something from it, but I didn't go with the obvious choice. So this is from Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and it's Dracula's Lament.
Honorable mention.
My other choice, I was gonna go. It was either between this or Inside of You.
Inside of You?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Get Him to the Greek has a bunch of options too. Yeah. But Dracula's Lament, again, has been the source of many an inside joke. This whole movie, I quote all the fucking time.
You introduced me to it not that long ago.
This movie is great, dude. This movie is so good.
No, I meant Dracula's Lament, really calling it out.
Oh yeah. So this whole thing is this guy.
What she loves to do is like in awkward moments. She'll just
yell Dracula
musical for no reason, out of context, no explanation. This shit's been going on. The movie's 14 years old. Yeah. It's still going on.
We also do the I can see your hoo-ha. We do that.
We do that all the time too.
Yeah.
So just for context,
this is a very cool movie, but go ahead. So
just for context, it's Jason Segel and Kristen Bell, and they break up, and he goes on this journey of self-discovery. They always said they were going to go to Hawaii. And they end up running into each other at the same resort, and he's by himself, and she's with Russell Brand, who's this really strung out, druggy rock star guy that she's cheated on him with.
He's really like Russell Brand,
right? Like Russell Brand. And then, So then, but what ends up happening is that he meets Mila Kunis, who's working at this hotel, and she takes him to this bar, and they have an open mic thing. And he tells her that he's been writing a musical about Dracula, but with puppets. And she makes him go up on stage and perform this song. And it's heartbreaking, but it's so funny because you can't he takes it
and
for characters.
When I see Van Helsing,
he takes it so
him.
The character takes it so seriously, and he's because Dracula's just a regular dude that wants to find love like everybody else. So then towards the end of the movie, he ends up actually producing the Dracula musical. This fucking movie is great. If you've never seen this movie, do yourself a favor, watch this movie. So that's my number 2.
It's so good.
All right.
Hi, Jerry.
Yeah, Jerry Perez.
That's a good pick.
I didn't want to interrupt Steph.
Jerry Perez came on in the middle of Dracula's Lament and kept saying, "Hey, it's Jerry." And he says, "I want to join the party. Missy, I love you. David. And you know what? I put it up on screen. So if you're listening, you weren't part of the live, just know I put up every comment on screen, bro. I put them up. So, all right. So number 2, we have "Grow Old with You" from The Wedding Singer. "Let's Go to the Mall" by Robin Sparkles from How I Met Your Mother, Ordinary Extraordinary Love from Happy Ending, and Dracula's Lament from Forgetting Sarah Marshall. So now it's time for right, and Corn has one. The One Night from The
Way
Office.
to go.
Where's that from?
Yeah, I don't
From
remember
the dinner
that one.
party. Jan's assistant. That one night. You made it
Oh,
all right.
yes.
I love that episode.
I want that to be the rest of the show. Just Missy doing that.
We are from now on for our number one. We are singing our number ones. Just that's the way it goes. Jerry says that he's Missy's baby daddy.
Oh my God, Jerry. Can you stop? No, seriously, stop putting up his comments. Go ahead.
Okay. Vanessa says nailed it.
Yes, I did.
You did nail it.
Rational support.
I tell you, no, I didn't know what song it was until you started singing. I go, yes, queen.
Yeah, queen.
I'm with you, man. All right, so honorable mentions. What do you got for honorable mentions, David?
A lot of my honorable mentions have been mentioned, so I will go with That Thing You Do from The Wonders, which is from the movie That Thing You Do, and
Wonders.
The Oneaters, yeah.
The Oneaters, that's what
The
it was.
Oneaters, yeah. Sorry,
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
And very short. This is why it did not make my list because it's so short.
I can't believe you're going to mention this.
The Guatemalan love song from the 40-Year-Old Virgin that Jane Lynch sings. Cuando yo arreglo a mi cuarto y no veo a nada. ¿Dónde han ido con prisa a el partido de fútbol?
Andy Chacon came up with Lucky Sexy from Semi Pro, and that is a fantastic one, sir. That is a fantastic one. Good for you.
Oh no, that's it. That's why I couldn't put it. There's like one verse, you know. I love it.
What a verse!
Brilliant. Oh my God, is she brilliant? But I can't put it for one verse.
I think it's a brilliant verse. All right, is that all your honorable mentions, Dave?
Yep, that's all of them.
Missy, what do you got for your honorable mentions?
I have like 12, so I need to narrow it down. I'm gonna go with the classic "Go For It" by the Hot Sundays, which is the band that Kelly and Jesse and Lisa from the iconic "I'm So Excited" episode that lives rent free in my head.
Rent free in my fucking head.
I also had rent free all the time. I have Inside You was another honorable mention, and then Supernova Girl from Protozoan Xenon Girl of the 21st Century.
Yeah,
Ish knows what I'm talking about.
No, I know what you're talking about.
We all know what you're talking about. Okay.
I have one more, right? Was that? Yeah, I have one more. I did have One Night as an honorable mention. There you go. That's why I can sing it so well.
All right, Ish, what do you got, Ish?
So Missy kind of had some of mine with "Go For It" from Hot Sunday. Also, I'm just gonna put the entire Josie and the Pussycat soundtrack on there. I'm just gonna drop it, and then I love my calculus from the MTV show Together.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
That one and the hardest part about picking up was
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
That movie was great.
Yes. So I'm like, you know what? Have to.
That's great.
The greatest.
Oh my God! I messed up.
Andrew Chacon coming in with killers, dude. You know, for someone who didn't understand the premise at the beginning of the he is coming back.
I don't know that one.
Chocolate.
Where's that one from?
From Coming to America.
Coming to America. Zoom, zoom, zoom. You make her go boom, boom. Oh, it was a good one. Yeah, Coming to America, dude. That's Dr. Chocolate. That's a famous scene when Mike Chocolate. Loving you. Anyways,
You might recognize him from the What's Going Down episode of That's My Mama. Please welcome.
If loving got it wrong, I want to be right. What you got for your?
So I have you plus me equals us. I have Inside of You. I have Phoebe's Christmas/Hanukkah song from Friends, which is my favorite Phoebe song. I have 5,000 Candles in the Wind from Parks and Rec, which is the Bye Bye Little Sebastian song. Scotty doesn't know from Eurotrip.
That was 4. That was 5.
Well, I don't care.
Wow, Scotty doesn't know. Didn't make anybody's word. Stucco.
I just like to have her. I just like to fucking get her off for a second.
Wow.
He's the great and powerful Oz.
Guys, I'm like,
apparently.
number one.
These are great honorable mentions. Scotty doesn't know was one, like, if I would have made a selection, if I would have been on this mountain, I would have made that one. I very much, if you guys have never seen Boys 12, it's called Girl, You Need a Shot of B12 is the name of the song. It's a song from American, and that what's his name, Steve, is in a boy band, and fucking phenomenal. Not only do they give us a 2.5-minute song, but they give us a music video. And the whole premise is that he joined a boy band, but his boy band joined 4 other boy bands. So instead of 4 people, there's 12. They literally call themselves B12. And it's the fucking funniest thing you're gonna watch. I promise you. I cried. Tears came out of my fucking laughing when I saw this for the first time like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. It was absurdly funny. And then the other 2 that I picked are from the same movie, and I didn't, these are just honorable mentions because I don't have an actual mountain, but it's from the movie called Music and Lyrics with Hugh Grant and Drew Barrymore, and there's Pop.
It's a good choice.
Pop Goes My Heart. It's like their version of Wham's cheesy, like Pop Goes My, and it's fantastic. And then there's another one called Don't Write Me Off, which is like a serious ballad that the character does. Hugh Grant's character grows into being able to write his own song for the first time in a long time, as far as his own lyrics. Fantastic. Those are my cheesy picks. Ish, if you want to talk about cheesy, listen to those 2, buddy. Listen to those 2. Those songs are not available on to purchase anywhere. But I've ripped those songs from YouTube and put them on my phone because I refuse to be living my life.
We've all been there.
And then the other song that I had was, I forget the name of the song, but it's the song from Rockstar, the song that he sings.
The Steel Dragon song?
Yeah, the Steel Dragon song. I legit listened to that song in the gym used to go. Anyway, so let's go on with our number ones.
Round 1. This chance. After no turning back.
Do it! Come on!
All right. Julie says, Scotty doesn't know is her favorite. So we all agree, man. What do you guys got, David? What do you guys got for your number 1?
All right. So my number 1 is from a musical. However, that musical exists inside of the story that we are watching. And it is it is because we watch the whole production come together.
I know what this is.
It is written by,
I cannot believe you're doing
a man named Franz Liebkind within the movie. And what we get is both the greatest abomination of all time and the funniest fucking 7.5 minutes you will ever watch. And it's Springtime for Hitler in Germany. I don't think
I tip my hat, sir.
Yeah, I don't think that I wish I could go back and watch this again for the first time. because and whether you're watching the original version from the '60s with Zero Mostel and Gene Wilder, or you're watching the new version with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick, it doesn't matter. They're subtly different, but they're both just as shocking and just as funny. And I mean, the lyrics are fucking absurd. They're hilarious, right? You have to be in some of that, exactly. There you go. Adolf Elizabeth. The moment that gay Hitler comes down from those stairs and he is just as in your face as he could possibly be, you know what this song really is. Up until that moment, you're like, can I laugh at this? Should I be laughing at this? And then you know that you can laugh at this because they're obviously, I mean, it's making a joke about Hitler, and of course it's Mel Brooks, who is Jewish, and like he's kind of like the hey, I can say it, I can do it sort of thing. So you got words like springtime for Hitler in Germany, winter for Poland and France. Once Hitler comes out, Heil me, Heil me. It's just. I watched it again today to make sure that it was as funny as I remembered, because this truthfully was the first one that came to mind when I started thinking about this, and it really, really is. It's just outstanding. So. Springtime for Hitler in Germany.
The Fuhrer is causing a Furor.
Yeah.
Right. I haven't seen this movie. Either version. I haven't seen it.
It's good.
It's on HBO Max, and I feel like Dave has it in his account.
Yeah, I prefer the original.
No,
that shocks nobody.
Shocking.
But here's the thing: the sequel's really good, and as much as I love Gene Wilder,
it's a remake.
Or the remake rather.
I'm asking honest person. I didn't know.
Yeah,
no,
that
it's a remake.
My mistake.
It was a regular straight film with like that one musical number, and then it went to Broadway as like a full musical, and then they shot a movie based on the Broadway version.
The beauty, though, is that Mel Brooks wrote the musical too.
Yeah,
he went to Broadway, so he did both versions.
They're both his babies. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of nice because I think that was the last movie that he had any significant involvement with. Even though he didn't direct it, he did, write it and produce it. He was the producer for the producers, and it was the first movie that he directed. So I agree. No one does beat Mel Brooks. So I mean, it's one of these things where you have to kind of put yourself in that mindset of this was written in a time where you could be more irreverent. And we weren't as concerned about offending people as we are today.
Say it, David, before safe spaces. Say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
Before safe spaces. All right.
I don't know. Safe spaces for Nazis should be a thing. That should be a thing. Like, I don't know if that's a thing.
No, it should not.
Is that a thing?
But that's,
when a Nazi goes,
I can. Neri's breaking up, and I'm not sure when he's done talking.
Yeah, no.
So I don't
I like
think
how he's frozen though.
I don't think the argument would ever be it's a safe space for Nazis, but it's making a mockery out of someone who did something atrocious to a whole group of people. It's offensive to to Jews. Maybe.
Well, the whole joke is that he's gay.
Right.
Well, and that too. So he's not a monster. He's gay. So, but yeah, Kyle's mom is a big fat bitch. That's a great one, also, Andy. So,
all right.
Yeah. So there you go.
There was 15 seconds to spare. All right, Missy, what do you got for your number one?
So, I never ever get to talk about this movie because literally nobody I know likes this movie. Maybe Dave and Ish. I don't know. So number one it's from one of my this is one of my comfort movies that I'll throw on when I need to relax. And it's That Thing You Do from the movie That Thing You Do.
That is such a good song.
So,
I love this, and I love the movie. I love everything about it.
I've seen this movie.
Okay, so I don't think this movie did that well. So I think it's a cult classic. I'm not sure. I actually didn't do the research, so this is just me guessing that it's a cult classic because I don't remember it doing well in the box office when it came out. But long story short, the entire movie is built around the Oneaters or the Wonders. And
who said that wrong?
In the movie, they say it wrong because they spell it one.
That.
They spell it one like the number
like
one Durs.
And then the guy goes one like the Wonders, and he goes right. All I see is Oneaters. Oneaters. I saw it last night, so I remember. So the whole movie is built around this song, and it's a catchy song. Like even if it hadn't been because it's like the center plot point of the movie, if they released it, I feel like I would have still like picked it up and liked it. And I just think that it's a bop in the way of what I said. And I just love this song so much. And I love this song. I love the movie, but I love this song, and it's a really cute little pop song, and I love it. So that's why, Dave, when you were talking about it in your honorable mention, I'm like, not yet.
Yeah, I love this song, and when Naked Vengeance was together and playing music, we used to play this. We used to play a cover of this live.
I never thought that.
Yeah, it was. We actually started doing it a little later. We did it maybe in the last like 2-3 years that we were playing. But it was, I can't remember what it was for, but it was one of those things where one of us came in one day and we were like, hey, why don't we just play this song?
I know Andre's a big song.
Yeah, it was probably him who said, hey, let's play this.
Stupid Andre.
Yeah, so I love this movie. I love this pick. It's fantastic. And actually,
it makes me, I never thought it was big.
I was going to say.
It was not a flop. It was not a flop. It made about $8 million. $8.5 million.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, its budget was 26.
Yeah,
its box office was 34.5. So it made money.
It was Tom Hanks' directorial debut, right? I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be a David, but it means it didn't make money because whatever the budget was for that movie, the budget for advertising is double that. So
probably, yeah.
So that's it. They didn't.
Well, okay, so
I'm with that. I'm with Whiskey on this one. It's a great movie. I love the movie, and it's a cult classic. But sorry, go ahead.
But the fun fact that I guess you were getting ready to say that is that the Playtone Galaxy that exists in the movie is actually the name of Tom Hanks' production company, and I can't remember all the movies he's produced from that production company, but that logo lives on, and look how happy I am. So I love that song.
My favorite part about your selection is just how palpably happy. I can see, I am so glad this is video. Because watching you get happy, just makes me love the song even more than I already did.
Yeah, it doesn't happen with real life stuff, just fictional things. So
this is real life stuff. This exists in the world, so it's real life.
That's true. It's true. Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna stop now because the Daria of my heart is starting to vomit a little, and I have to stop. I have to stop. I think my 5 minutes are up, so I'm gonna.
You have 30 seconds, BFF. You could go ahead and keep rolling. We're all enjoying you smiling. We're all enjoying it.
Well, now you ruined it, so I'm done.
Damn.
All right.
Tom Hanks actually only directed one other movie, which was Larry Crown.
Oh.
All right. Ish, what do you got for your number one?
All right. So keeping my track record of stuff you probably have never heard of. So mine is from 1992. It was the theme song for a TV show yet again. Again, another band within the show. So they wrote the song and performed it or whatever. I'm going to go with the theme song, which actually has a longer version for California Dreams.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I will die on this hill. Here's why.
I support you dying on that hill.
Nobody's gonna fight you.
No one
Here's
is gonna
why.
fight you.
All the music from season 2 to season 4 was crap, but season 1, I actually had the soundtrack. Like, I actually physically went to a Specs music record store and bought the CD. Okay? I owned this, okay?
Do you guys remember Specs?
I had a part-time job there.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Nice.
But for me, this song, it works. I mean, it was created, like, by the band within the show or what have you, but it works as a theme song because it's like from the beginning, it sets a tone. Oh, this is the group, what have you. I'm sorry, Steph. I know it's a little dull.
Oh, no.
But it doesn't sound, for a song from 1992, it doesn't sound dated. There's actually, the bridge could sound a little like R&B try hard, but it has a little bit of, for me anyway, a little bit of a Mamas and the Papas, like very melodic, very just laid back, and it's the harmonies are all there. Like, it is, to me, it's just a good song, like, in and of itself, and especially when you consider that this thing ran on Saturday mornings, so it wasn't even like a primetime show.
Yeah.
Wasn't it supposed to do like competition to Saved by the Bell? Like, was that why it existed?
It was on NBC.
Or it was in that same
time.
block or something.
Yeah, it was in the same block. So it was part of the NBC teen sitcom family. But I think it came in so Saved by the Bell, probably the first original Saved by the Bell ended, and then they stayed on the air, like, to anchor the Saturday morning or what have you. But so to this day I still listen to that song. It actually has an accompanying music video. It just listen.
Can you send me the link?
I'm going to send you the link to that. I'm going to send you the link to the Heights. I'm going to send you
you just send us like your playlist.
Yes, it's a link-tastic episode, is apparently the takeaway here. But yeah, so California Dreams by the California Dreams.
I remember the show, but I remember this was in the same block as Hang Time. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah.
It was California Dreams, Hang Time, Saved by the Bell. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Stephanie, what is your number one?
So my number one is "Let's Go to the Mall" by Robin Sparkles for How I Met Your Mother. I think this is the one that I think I've loved the longest because it's been like over 10 years at this point. I think that it can, yeah. This episode is what starts the slap bet for How I Met Your Mother fans.
Yeah.
And the whole premise is that Barney thinks that Robin did porn because he finds this video. And it just turns out that Robin was a Canadian pop star in the 90s and went on this, she was kind of like a one-hit wonder and went on this mall tour where all she survived on an entire summer was Orange Julius and Wetzel's Pretzels.
Orange Julius and Wetzel's Pretzels.
And what I appreciate about this song is like the prose that would make Oscar Wilde blush with words like he's got hair like Gretzky and he does jumps on his skateboard and that's okay, we're gonna rock your body till Canada Day. And just the whole introduction of Robin Sparkles
had the iconic
robot.
Oh, the robot.
Not Dawson Leary, but forever Dawson Leary.
Oh yeah, because he was her boyfriend. He was her Canadian boyfriend.
I love that they ask her, like, this is in the 90s. Why does it look like this was clearly in the 80s? And her response is the 90s didn't come to
the 80s didn't come to Canada.
Yeah. The 80s didn't come to Canada until the 90s. That was it.
Yeah.
So,
and it's
this episode is actually 14 years old. So.
Jeez Louise.
Stop it. This was also a source of like a ton of inside jokes for us over the years. Like anytime we would ask anything anytime anybody needed to go to the mall, it's like, and we would like, text people and be like, hey, you guys want to go to the mall? The response is always today.
Today.
So, so this is a great, it's a bop. And then the whole Robin Sparkles arc in general with like her follow-up to the Sandcastles in the Sand and then her like Alanis Morissette.
The Sandcastles in the Sand.
Yeah. And then her
They were
Alanis
very
Morris-
cheeky about this bit, and I think it was
Yeah.
on purpose because of the folklore of Alanis Morissette loving Uncle Joey and mad. So yeah, I think this was my number. I think it was my number 3.
I think so.
But
and babe, this was your number
no, it was
4,
my number
right?
2.
It was my number 4. Yeah.
Yeah. I love this song. It was I think from just a songwriting POV, it's like a great song. And and I think that if you would have removed this song from the How I Met Your Mother universe, it wouldn't be the same. Like, this is the same as important as the slap bet and the other bits that went on for 9 years.
I agree.
Dave?
Yeah, it's a character defining moment for her. You know, we come to find out it's really the first bit of information that we're given about Robin, if memory serves me correct, because she's so elusive. You know, and from there is where we come to find out about, you know, her father, Robin Thicke, and you know, her.
Forgot that Robin Thicke was her father.
Robin Thicke was her dad.
Robert Thicke was not her dad.
No, Robert Thicke wasn't her dad.
Robert Thicke was her friend. Her dad was that military guy that had her play, that wanted a boy. And,
yes, you're right.
Ray Wise.
Ray Wise. Yeah,
Sorry.
Ray Wise.
So then, who was Robin Thicke to her?
Robert Thicke was a friend because they're all Canadian. Yeah,
Alan Thicke. Robin Thicke is. You're right.
And
Sorry.
Alan Thicke was just because the whole joke was all Canadians knew each other.
Right.
Got it.
No matter how famous you were. So it was And Alan Thicke played. He was the one in the show about math that she later on. That's
Nicole
how.
Scherzinger.
Yeah,
you're right.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I can't say anything more about this that hasn't already been said. You know, plus I had already fallen in love with the character of Robin, but then to see her decked out in, you know, 90s, 80s, you know, bedazzled jeans and
jelly bracelets
and scrunchies. It would just,
The hair.
you know, it hits a certain nostalgic part of me that makes another part of me a little nostalgic as well.
Oh, why did you have to do that? Why do we have to do this?
Danger, turn the car around. We're having a nice time. Come on.
Oh, he's not talking about when his chin didn't have a beard. That's where I went. I was saying.
Sure.
Yeah, the hair. The
Yes,
hair was
the hair.
iconic.
I love the hair.
And the dancing, the whole thing, like the fact that this show, at this point, this is the second season, and they're like 5 or 6 episodes into the season. And the fact that they put that much production value into this bit,
Right.
and the music video itself, which is a standalone clip that lives on the internet, is really impressive. It just says a lot about how much confidence they had in what they were doing in the beginning, and just I think just for just the sheer production value of the song and the video and everything is pretty impressive for a show that was just in the beginning of the second season.
Yeah, but what could have been a throwaway gag?
Right.
Yeah, it could have been
that's
like,
what I
like
love.
the websites. Yeah, like
that's
the
one of the
websites.
things that I love
were
about
super easy things.
One of the things that I love about How I Met Your Mother as a whole is kind of like they never forgot anything. Like they would throw something in season 1 and just kind of it wove in the entire series, and like nothing was insignificant in that show. And for better or for worse, because that show was hit and miss in the later seasons, in my opinion, it's those things always made that show for me, was the little things that they carried out throughout the entirety of the run.
I think that towards the end, if we're talking about just bits now, like towards the end, I think the more memorable one is the duck tie, that whole bit that went on for a couple of episodes. But in the beginning, it was all about this. And then the slap bet episode, which is just magnifique.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, Missy. I didn't include the slap bet song in my honorable mention list because I thought it would make your list. But the slap bet song to me is one of my all time favorites. When Neil Patrick Harris is singing in pain, he's also in cue of the song where he's like, "I slapped your face," and he's like, "Oh." I had fucking tears watching that performance in that song. I thought it was fantastic. But all right. So we got for number ones, we have "Springtime for Hitler" in Germany from the producers. "That Thing You Do" from "That Thing You Do." "California Dreams" by California Dreams, and "Let's Go to the Mall" from How I Met Your Mother. So the only two repeats we have for the final mountain, for the final list, the only two repeats that we have are "Let's Go to the Mall." Three of you picked that, and a little bit Alexis from Schitt's Creek. Two of you picked that. So for two more picks that you guys can come up with for the final mountain. What you guys have left that you haven't brought up again was the Tiger song from Hangover, "What Dreams Are Made Of" from Lizzie McGuire, "Pinot Noir," Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, "Big Bottom" by Spinal Tap, "How Do You Talk to an Angel," which has my vote. Not that I get one, but I'm just "Grow With You" from The Wedding Singer, and "Ordinary Extraordinary Love" from Happy Endings, "Dracula's Lament," and that's it.
Dracula's Lament.
"Springtime for Hitler." Yeah.
I'm gonna throw out "Springtime for Hitler," even though I know
I would actually counter that with "Grow Old With You." I think "Grow Old With You" is the better choice.
Yeah,
but that's my opinion.
I'm with that.
Yeah, I figured that most people would enjoy "Grow Old With You" more. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's my pick, so yeah, I'm down for that.
The "Springtime for Hitler" has Hitler.
Gay Hitler.
Heil me, I'm the Kraut.
You guys say "Grow Old"?
I've never seen The Producers.
Oh, you gotta watch it.
You should watch it. It's really good. I'm also here for "What Dreams Are Made Of," to be very honest.
See, I'm kind of leaning more towards. I feel like "California Dreams" is more like. I never thought I'd use this word with it, but like timeless, like because it doesn't sound like a particular era. But then on the flip side, Hillary.
It's a high pick on your mountain, right?
It's my number one. Yeah,
Hitler's my friend. That's what people watching. Yeah, I would say it's but that's not that Bridesmaid song is not a Bridesmaid.
That's like a real song. I think
it's a real song.
Andrew was hitting. He was like he got too cocky. He was hitting.
Yeah, he was too close to the sun.
Icarus, man, Icarus. It's just.
So we got three. So you guys got to pick one.
I whatever you guys want. I have two on this mountain, so I'm not going to argue for anything else. Vanessa votes for Lizzie.
Vanessa's like, Lizzie. You know what? I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to die on the mountain with "California Dreams."
Okay, that's fine. Do it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
All right.
That's the third one. We still need one more, right?
No,
No,
because we had the
"Let's Go to the Mall" from How I Met Your Mother. A little bit Alexis from Schitt's Creek. "Grow Old With Me" from Wedding Singer, and "California Dreams" from California Dreams.
I like it. Let's do it.
It's a solid list, man. It's a nice mountain.
I can live with that mountain.
Way to go,
Ish. I went ahead and sent you and David the song from American Dad, B12. So
thank you. Yeah, I saw it. I haven't watched it, obviously.
Obviously. All right, so that's it. All right, to wrap this up, that is our mountain. Let's thank you guys for checking us out. Make sure, thank you guys for watching us live, those of you who watch us live, and thank you for commenting because it makes the show that much more fun. Appreciate that. If you want to check out Ish is on the Better Let Me Tell You podcast with a great co-host and friend of ours, friend of the podcast, friend of the Geekmore podcast. Been here 1,000, whatever. I gotta say that because he's fucking probably gonna watch. But make sure you guys check out Better Let Me Tell You anywhere podcasts are found, including but not limited to the Geek Bro Network. So go to geekbro.net, click on the Better Let Me Tell You logo, and they have fantastic interviews and fantastic episodes. So make sure you guys.
Season 4 kicks off this Friday. I don't know when this is going to air, but Season 4 kicks off this Friday.
This is live right now. This is happening right now.
Yes. What?
Actually airing right now as we talk.
Huh?
If you look up, there's a little thing that says live.
Is that what the red flashing light is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
I don't know what a red flashing light is. Shut up. You know.
Usually it means put your pants back on. But
or finish up what you're doing. Follow Missy. Missy's a great writer. Follow Missy's writing at Missy the Writer is her handle on Instagram, and her website is missywrites.com. So make sure you guys check that out. Stephanie Ulloa is an amazing event planner, an event coordinator. So make sure you guys check her out. It's Events by You. And then if you go to MiamiEventsByYou.com as the website, and then events_by_ the letter U is on her Instagram. And as much shit as I love to give her, because I love going back and forth with her and talking shit about her, her talent is undeniable. So go check her out if you need somebody.
I have a ton of new content coming up. I've been very busy, thank God. So.
Yeah. So there you go. So check that out. David used to be in a band, but he's not anymore. So. So there goes that. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate you guys for coming on. I got to be honest with you, I very much enjoyed being the producer and not having to deal with pics and stuff like that and deal with digital shit. So whenever.
And I gotta say, it was a pleasure not really dealing with you either.
So you guys, the remaining people on the podcast have been great, and the other one has been a little short with me. So thank you guys for checking us out.
Oh my God! Did you just do a Jungle Cruise dad joke?
Make sure you go to geekworld.net, check us out, and YouTube everything. And if you're listening to us on the audio version, you know where to check us out. Thank you very much. Vanessa laughed at that too. Oh, Judy and Mel. Thank you guys for laughing. Appreciate it. Love you guys.